Alright guys, welcome back. Before I jump into 9.3, which I will, I'll get boss videos up for those ones. We're just going to dive into the side quest for these last 2 weeks. You just use Saga Champions in regular content. You will get these eyeballs, but like these tickets into the side quest. So jump into maybe the new the daily quest. Go ahead, use your Saga Champions, grab your entry tickets. Also, if you use a Saga Champion for the boss in week 1, you'll get some T7 basic and some tier 6 StatCast relics shards. So I'm going to go in and I used Nefaria, Spider-Woman, and I used Angela, and I'll show you why. I'll show you the champions. We'll walk through each of the fights that are in here, and before you say anything about me using really strong champions, that is what I need to do threat level 5, and I only have like 3 or 4 rank 4s on each of my accounts. So for this first Mangog, the main thing is you need to do 5-hit combos to avoid glancing your attacks, but in Mangog's kit, every 5 hits is going to give him hatred. So the main thing to worry about on this one is always have a special ready when he gets to 10 hatred, and then you intercept him with a special attack, and you will take away the unstoppable, and that will pretty much eliminate the issue that you're going to have with Mangog. So it's really just a normal Mangog fight, but you want to go with 5-hit combos, which basically plays into Mangog's kit, which you normally try to avoid. So normally you do not want to do that. So here you see he had the unstoppable. I wait for him to attack into me. I do a little dash back and special, and as long as I throw like a special into him when he has when he's got his hatred on, I'll remove the unstoppable and I can continue playing around his kit. I do get clipped a little bit, but and again, if I don't use a 5-hit combo, I'm gonna get stuck with that glancing, that unsteady debuff, which happened to me right there, and I'm not gonna get my full damage in. So you always want to go in with full 5-hit combos, but again, it's just playing into the fight itself. So I'll let the rest of this fight play out, but Count Nefaria, if you have him, probably even as a 6-star. He's actually phenomenal for a bunch of the fights on this path, but I'm sure there are lots that can do it as well. But again, it's more about playing into the actual bit of the node and the champ kit for this particular Mangog. I'll let the rest of the fight play out, and I'll see you at the next fight. All right, next up, a little bit of housekeeping. Double check your Mysterium. You get Mysteriums in the side quest. Make sure you use it before you go over the cap. For Spidey Supreme, there is a couple things in here that you have to worry about. Third law, so you don't want to use Unblockable, Unstoppable, Invulnerable against him. He will get that on you. There's Arrogance. Every 10 hits the attacker is going to gain a falter, and evading a special removes like 5 hits from your combo. There's also down and out, so you got to be careful that after you use a heavy attack, you only have a few seconds to throw a special. So here mostly I'm pairing and just using light attacks. I think I do go for a heavy attack here. It does push me to 10, which gives me the falter, but I don't think it triggered the down and out node there, so I think I just got a little bit lucky. but and it gives him an evade charge when you knock him down with a heavy. So heavy attacks are not ideal on this one at all. So I stick mainly with parries and light attacks and special ones here with Spider-Woman. Let those power stings do a lot of damage, and it worked out really well. So you just got to be careful of that. So again, it's really focusing on the kit and the node combinations here. She does have the ensnare, which is going to help you counter the evade, which is why she works great. But there you can see I knocked him down with a heavy attack. Now I got to get off a special quickly, or I am going to take a bunch of damage to the face, but it did not trigger there. So I think I got a little bit lucky, because I did try this one out again, and I think that timer, I didn't throw a special in time, or maybe because he threw a special, but I had the same thing where I threw a heavy attack and then I didn't throw a special and I took a ton of damage. So I think I got a little bit lucky right there. So, but again, I'm trying to avoid, you should be avoiding those heavy attacks unless you have a special ready to go. So we do get through that Spidey Supreme, maybe with a little bit of luck. And then, and again, you can do this quest 4 times. I know it's annoying, but you can do it 4 times and get the rewards 4 times. There's no reason you can't use the lower level difficulties. You're going to do 4 entry tickets into the highest level difficulty that you can. Now, Count Nefaria is a really, really, really good counter for Kindred. And on this Kindred, he is going to be having a root timer and an unblockable timer, and you have to keep an eye on both of them on the top right, and you want to stay away from him when when the root timer there, so you don't get rooted. And normally when you get out of a root, you get out of a root by throwing a special, but there's a special note at the bottom. You are going to have 2 seconds where you cannot throw a special if you get rooted. So there are a lot of things in this fight that you have to be focusing on. Mainly because Kindred also is really annoying with his degen, but someone like Count Nefaria doesn't take as much damage from the degen. Probably like Spider-Ham, Hulk, Void, all really good champions for Kindred in general. So that's what you want to be looking for. So here I'm kind of stuck where I've got those 50 charges on me. I don't want to, I'm just have to stay away and wait. And it becomes a little bit of a waiting game, and the waiting game is not that bad, except at the beginning of this fight, I do get clipped by his unblockable, but I stay away so that he can get rooted. Then it gives me a couple openings for some combos, throw some special ones with Count Nefaria and get some healing back. I also have the instant evade counter, so that helps out a lot as well. If I can push him to special 2, which I do in this fight, then obviously you can counter the special 2 and pause his charges. I'm not good at doing getting the pause after the special 1. So you can see there I got him to a special 2. I was able to pause it. Now I can get in a bit of damage. I can see that the root timer is about to expire, so I back away to the other side, let him throw his heavy attack, then I can get some nice damage in. So I keep repeating the same thing over and over again with a little bit of patience and a good counter. Then you can get through this Kindred no problem. Again, this is one of my strongest champions in Count Nefaria, but even a 6-star I think would work pretty well. It is a pretty ramped up boss fight. The difficulty is pretty hard on these ones, but I didn't use any boosts, but I did use strong champions. So again, bring in your strongest ones that are good, but good counters, not just any strong champion, but a strong one that counters. Kindred will work really, really well for you here. So I'll let the rest of the fight play out, and we'll see with the next one. All right, next up is an Ebony Maw. Kabam's in-game message actually made a joke about using class disadvantage, and actually for this fight, I find Angela, who is a class disadvantage, an amazing counter for Ebony Maw. Here, the main thing here is critical setup. If you use a guaranteed crit against Maw, he is going to miss, and he's going to put damage on you. He's also got Power Focus 2, the main thing here is that you want a champion that can parry non-contact attacks. Big heavies, heavy attacks are going to work well, and if you use the same attack that you do 2 times in a row, it's going to be a guaranteed crit, and that's going to cause him to miss. So there, if I do a medium combo again, then that's no good. So I just stick to mainly parry heavies, which that's what you want to do with Ebony Maw to avoid his miss in general. So also I have pretty good spacing on his special 1, and just keep countering his special 1 with heavy attacks, keep knocking him down, and Angela is really, really good against Ebony Maw. She's also got the nullify immunity, so if you do get hit, so it just works out in your favor here. I think I do get a degen a little bit on his special 2. He does a backup recovery, so just be careful not to push him to a special 2 so that when he does get that backup recovery, he doesn't go to a special 3. But for the most part, this was a pretty fast fight with a strong Angela. Again, not boosted. So if you're having trouble, sometimes boosting does help. That kind of happened to me in the recent adaptive EQ. When I reran it on my second account, I boosted and used significantly less revives and potions because it was just that much easier once I boosted up. So it actually works really well if you have those boosts available and you're struggling with something. Boosting definitely helps. I just try not to do it in the video so that you can see that it can be done without boosting up to the brim. So there we go. Angela absolutely destroyed Ebony Maw here. And then we have one more fight, which is going to be the Absorbing Man here. And again, using the right counter, someone that can either reverses healing, you can do Void, Sandman, Count Nefaria works really well. I did try Count Nefaria, absolutely slaughtered this one afterwards, but I did use Spider-Woman here for this one. He does have the enhanced parry armor break, which means he's going, if you parry him a lot, he is going to continuously gain, if he's in that Uru phase, he's going to gain charges. So this one is also one where I play Absorbing Man and I don't have an instant, you want someone who has good heal block or heal reversal. Viv is probably really awesome here for it. But the main thing here is always going to be how to counter his specials. I'm going to counter it with a heavy attack there, and then afterwards go back in and throw my special 1s. I got a bunch of debuffs on him. Spider-Woman's getting the power stings, but the main thing is to remember that if you counter with a heavy attack every like 20 seconds, it will take him out of whatever phase he's in, and then the parries are not going to hurt. If you keep him if he's refined and you take a parry, it's going to have a lot of do a lot of damage to you. But if you every 20 seconds you can take him out of the phase he's in by heavy attacking him after his special, like countering his special with a heavy. So I think I'm going to do that here, but it didn't take him out. So I used my striker to get me another combo because the 20 seconds I guess wasn't up. So I'm going to wait again, see if I can get him again with another heavy. That's going to take him out of his mode, but he went right back into it. But that is just something to be aware of in this fight so that you don't give him too many charges. So limit your parries. You don't want to parry him when he's refined, and you want to keep countering his special with that heavy attack in order to remove his phase, and then you can go ahead and get an extra parry in and continue on with your damage. So again, I use Spider-Woman. I also use Nefaria my second time around. Again, I've given you a list of a whole bunch of champs that I think will work really well. Let me know in the comments who you used for some of these fights. Always helps everyone else out. And you can see here, after I finished this quest, I did get the objective. And you can go in, again, you can go in 3 more times. Make sure you double check your Mysterium, and you can get some nice rewards for the side quest. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below if you had any really good counters. It always helps everyone else out. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.